Okay. Good. Thank you. Just before Renato comes up to talk about funding the mission, I would just like to remind you that tomorrow is a little different schedule. We will begin here at 9 o'clock in the morning because Mass is going to be celebrated here a little bit later on in the day. So 9 o'clock here tomorrow morning. Now we would ask Renato. There he is, okay.
Você vai falar alguma coisa? Não sei, acho que é preciso apresentar. É melhor sim, porque eu não fiz minha apresentação. O João disse que não precisava porque foi apresentado o comitê executivo. Não, mas não interessa. Em português. It's alright to translate? It's alright to translate em português? Renato Lima de Oliveira. Renato Lima de Oliveira, de 49 anos. No. Português translate. Alguém pode confirmar se a tradutora português lá está? Já estão a escutar? Portuguese is a problem. Já estão a escutar a tradução portuguesa? ¿Pueden intentar en español? ¿Mejor? Yo voy a intentar en español para no estamos espetando. Renato Lima de Oliveira tiene 49 años. Español.
He's 49 years old. Go ahead. He's 49 years old. Yes. He was born in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. He has a doctorate in Psychedelic Science in Lisbon, Portugal, and University. You don't have it English? You don't hear me? You hear me, right? English? Hear me? He works in an agency for telecommunications and institutional relations. Renato joined the Municipal Society in 1986 when he was 15 years old. when he was in high school. In 2016, there was an election, and he has become the president of General Association of St. Vincent Paul Society. He is an author of 7 books, 5 books. He's authored 5 books. They're spiritual readings, Vincentian spiritual readings, writings, and one of them of politics. In 1997, he married Andrea, and he has 2 children, Gustavo and Bianca. Here, Renato Lima.
If you need any help, just let me know.
I will talk in Spanish, okay?
He va a hablar en español. In the translation, he will speak in Spanish. Feliz Berklinese. Mamá, the theme of today's final talk of this day, we are going forward, our family, and I'm going to propose something, how we can support financially this Vincentian family. Why am I the last one to speak on this day? Why? It's a coincidence. The theme of anyone who wants to be the first must be the very last, and the servant of all. That's what I am, the last one. Father Joe has placed me as the last one today, so that I may always remember my theme as a general council member of the St. Vincent Paul Society.
Podemos utilizar esta música que también tiene leyendas en español.
We can use many songs. We can use it in our Vincentian gatherings, so that you may know a little better our society of St. Vincent de Paul. We are in under 50 nations. We are going to form one group in the Vatican. We 151 territories and 47,000 conferences, 800,000 members, 30 million people that are assisted every day for one Vincentian group of the St. Vincent Paul Society, one Vincentian work of the St. Vincent Paul Society. I invite you to know us, our reality. You can look at our webpage, ssvpglobal.org. Our presentation has 3 parts. The first part, what has the Vincentian family done for us, for our branches in this past years? The second part is what the St. Vincent Paul Society has done for the Vincentian family. And the third part, what can we further do to fortify and grow as a Vincentian family? The first part that we have is very simple. We already know that the Vincentian family has produced a lot for every branch. Let us talk about some initiatives. We can't have to talk about all the initiatives. You may already know them. Our Vincentian family website, our communications, our database, the National Conference of the Councils of the Vincentian Family, our documentations for formation, our also VF our Vincentian Family Missal with our saints and blessed, translations and translation groups, our press office, our symposium that happened in 2017. We're celebrating our 400 years of our Charism. Our office in Philadelphia, our commissions and its works, a lot of things, a lot of commissions, 15 on more. Our festival, our finding events, our something and a presence in the the United Nations, our pilgrimage with the St. Paul relics, and so many things that the family has done for everybody, for our family. We don't have to always talk about the great importance that the Vincentian family has for all our branches. The St. Paul Society, which I am proudly the president of, we are greatly represented by the leaders of this Vincentian family. So let's go to the second part, because just already for the first part, we already know. We already know the importance of the Vincentian family. It's very important for all of us. What has the St. Paul Society, what's the St. Paul Society done for the Vincentian family? What, the other hand, the second hand, what have we given back? What have we given to the Vincentian family? In our international graphic about our General Council, the Vincentian family, it has a very special place that is connected to the president. This demonstrates the importance of the Vincentian family in our St. Paul Society. We have its own department for the Vincentian family in our St. Paul Society. We have Ricardo. He is our delegate for all the commissions and the works that are done for the Vincentian family. We try to participate in all the commissions, in all the things that are carried out, the works that are carried out, and other initiatives, global initiatives. As we know, the 13 Houses project, it's one of the best campaigns that our family has created in this last years. In our plan, strategic plan, we have mission, vision, and values. Also, the Vincentian family has one of the 10 points of that St. Paul strategic planning. Collaboration, a permanent and deep collaboration with the Vincentian family. This is a part of our strategic planning. It doesn't say only about my identity or our branch, has this great relationship with the Vincentian family. In all our trips that I go, I already visited 40 countries in this last 3 years. I always try to make an effort to meet with the leaders of the Vincentian family in those countries. All right, in Lebanon, I had a gift. The 12 branches of Lebanon were united. We had a meeting gathering so they can be with me, and it was a great gift for me. The meeting we had just recently in Lebanon. The VF we give a continually supporting this the same modules. The Vincentian as a visionary, as a missionary, etc. It's one of the great formation events that we have as a Vincentian family that we have produced in the last years. In our efforts to make the Ozanam has the canonized Ozanam, we have Father Giuseppe Guerra and Vinicius Teixeira are two members of the congregation that are supporting us. This is what family means to be family. Our spiritual mentor or guide is also from the Vincentian family. It's Father Andres Mota from Argentina and lives in Paris. He is the international coordinator of he's also the director of the CIF from the Vincentian Fathers. There's this great harmony with the Vincentian family. Now, with the religious of St. Vincent de Paul and its Superior General, Father Lawrence, we signed an agreement that hopefully will be a great goal, be a great hit. The letter that I write every year, we always have a special chapter about the Vincentian family. We're going to make an agreement with cooperation with the CIF, the Center for Formation in Paris, so that we could continue to better the formation process there, especially in the theology that concerns St. Vincent de Paul. We need to better and modernize the formation that we have in our branch, and we're going to be helped with CIF. I am trying always to be near Father Thomas and what's up. We try to carry it out in the gatherings. He is not a superior general. If it was spiritually, he is our superior, even though legally he isn't. We're always trying to meet and trying to see how close we are and with the relationships we have. We participated in the Vincentian collaboration at the United Nations. Many of our branches work together. We're trying to always put the St. Famines logo in all our websites on the internet because we want to demonstrate and say that we're part of this family. They are the head, and we try to belong to this great family, this great company of charity. We try to be present at the events that other branches do have. May it be the Ladies of Charity, the Religious of St. Vincent Paul, Vincentian Marian Youth. We should invite each other. I invite you, you invite me, so that we continue to participate in our events. I have made a letter to all the countries of my branches talking about the importance of the Vincentian family. Talking about that sometimes we have problems. It's true. And there's so much positive. There's more things that are positive and negative. People was received very well in the different countries. All the events that we have in the Vincentian family, we can use Ozanam.tv. You can invite Ozanam.tv so that you may go to those events, to your assemblies, to or national events or international events that you may have. We are worthy to go to be there for you. We give our annual offering to the Vincentian office, family office, and I'm going to talk about that a little more as we go on to the next chapter, next point. Our news for famine, he always asks for us one news from each branch every 3 months. We send one news of every week. We are trying to see and study to see some the best practices from care Doctors Without Borders, the Rotary Club, Charities, Red Cross, TZ. We have to learn from them also, so that we can better on the things that we need to do and the things that we're doing. Here, I want to make a proposal. What vision, what future that we have for our Vincentian family? What is our idea or vision for the future of our family? What do we want for the Vincentian family? I'm going to read now a proposal. It doesn't have to be the proposal that we accept or the one we want to be recognized at the Catholic organization that is most dedicated to the service of the poor, providing spiritual attention, evangelization, charity, and material assistance. Can this be our vision for our future? Do we have any future vision for the future, or we have each of us a branch our own, but do we have one as a Vincentian family? What it should be our first step to reach that? Prepare and convince our leadership that are part of our different branches of our family, so they may understand and embrace the concepts of being Vincentian family. It seems like it's very basic, but it's not. If you do not understand the concept of being Vincentian family, never the Vincentian family will never enter your heart. It would be something always distant, far away. If we understand the concept of being Vincentian family, when we truly understand it, then it changes and it becomes better. It took me a long while to have that vision and to have that thinking in my heart. And 10 years now, I can't be a part, or I can't think about the Submissive Paul Society without being a Vincentian family. And the things that I talk about, my speeches and my letters, and try that I do, there's always a source of the Vincentian family, something that I add to it because it gives us flavor, the being family. Let us go to part 3. As we look towards the future, we're going to talk about money too, the economics of it all. What can we do? What can we do more to fortify and grow as a Vincentian family? As we've been gathering here these last 4 days, we did a great diagnostic of everything has been done well. We know our weaknesses. Let's take a step forward, meet our weaknesses, and stop complaining. That our branches are getting older, the youth are not coming to our branches. That does not help us. God does not accept that excuse, because we know the agnostics that if we know what we want, we can use that excuse before the Lord. The Global Day for the Poor. Why don't we do something as a family? We forget about the opportunity that we have. Every year we have it. We talk about vocations. We talk and talk and talk. What can we do to have new lay people, members, that were missionaries, new religious people, sisters, brothers, priests, lay people? Are we sleeping? We know the problem. We contract new people that know to make some studies. What do we do after that? We are fighting against spiritual poverty, as Sister Giovanna talked about these days? Or are we are just talking only about material poverty? We are specialists about talking about material poverty. How about spiritual poverty? What are we doing? And we talk about youth and the children. What are we doing with our children and with the youth? Why don't we make some declarations as a group, as a family? We talk about the fires in Australia or the women's situations. Each of us does a declaration as a branch. What are we doing as a family? As a family, each of us, we waste sometimes that we write something beautiful as branches. We can give one as a family. How about the common projects? How about that? We don't even think about those. That is why I talk about the 13 houses. I love it. Thank God that project is that it's for all of us. That is going from theory to the practice. How can we do? It's very hard to make a common project because somebody always has to consult somebody else and consult somebody else, and then when one gets to the person decides, the response is no. That's why many times they're bored and they're fraud because they want to do something. The ones that decide are not in line with the base. Let's make some agreements for collaboration. Sometimes it's so hard to make this agreements so we collaborate years and years and we're not able to do nothing. I'm trying with some branches to make some agreements of work and collaboration. And how about our annual donation to our Vincentian Family Office? How come many branches don't do it? Why? Here is a suggestion. The suggestions. Gulp, 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 gulp. It's just a suggestion. If your branch has 1 to 500 members, how about if you could give $1,000 every year for the office? It's basic. If you're 500 to 1,000, 2,500. 1,000 to 2,000, 5,000, and you continue. If you have more than 5,000, and if on both sides, that's my branch numbers, 20,000. That's nothing. Not for us is not enough. I mean, it's much. It's a lot for the Vincentian family because we don't donate our generosity to the family. How can the family or provide so many services for all of us? Or we just want to receive them without offering something? Is that the way we want to carry things out? The bigger branches can give a little more, maybe 25,000. Me too. I'm included there. Our Semi-Simple Society can give a little more. Observations. You can do it maybe offering different things. You can give more or less. It's an obligation for nothing. Here we're just talking amongst friends. As a family and brotherhood. Well, at least I was talking about the father, mother, the family. If we are family, we can give a little more, a little less. Let me tell you, if we look our numbers of our family, in some years, the congregation of the mission is paying off what we need. The value of the Vincentian family is what they use is something for us. It's not just that the congregation mission pays for the rest of us. We have to better our offering our donations for the Vincentian family offers so that we can continue to do what we can do. An important meditation. Without any financial resources, it becomes very difficult to continue to grow. And when we talk about being Vincentian family, do you think that is just that the congregation of mission only carries the deficits that happen every year? Is it not important for your branch? Your branch can't help with some help, financial help, even if it's only 10%. We have to be more generous amongst us. And as I'm gonna finish now. I don't want to go over my time limit. For the Seventh Paul Society, the Beam Vincentian family, and I really want to talk about it slowly, so that our translators can also do with the quality that we should give. The Vincentian family is not something we talk about, something beautiful we talk about, so that we can please Father Thomas or please Father Joe. It's not just words that we want to say, so everybody can be pleased. For us, it's a true commitment. It's something of our essence that started off with Father Bob Maloney, and then every year we're stronger in that commitment, in that concept, and being part of the Vincentian family. It's a reality in our daily life. It's a priority. It's a necessity. We have no doubt when we say this. We will only be truly one family that is strong and united if we have that consciousness and the responsibility of that transforming work that we can do in the lives of the poorest, and those services of charity to those who really need it, materially and spiritually. To finish off, I'm going to talk to you about some people you may know already. They are in your hearts. They're going to speak to you, not me. Saint Elizabeth de Jobiano. If you first think about the necessities of the poor, God would provide the rest.
Ah, qué linda esta frase. Si tú
If you think first of all about the necessity that the poor have, do not worry. God will provide the rest. Blessed John Lynn Peros. Charity is not weak. It's not stay on the road. Charity is not weak. Saint Elizabethine. Words can construct or destruct. Why not? We use those words to destroy the causes of poverty. It's not. I'm not talking. Elizabethine is talking. Saint Louise, take care of the poor. Take care of the poor. You take care of the poor. Ozanam, I have to talk about my Seven Paul Society, right? Ozanam says one of the 7 founders of our ranch, he said, the poor. You are poor, masters, and we will be your servants.
Saúl, el Senhor
San Vicente, he says, God loves the poor, and therefore, those who love the poor.
Isso é para decir que los ricos
The rich can also go to the heaven. God loves those who love the poor.
amam a los pobres. Padre,
Father Opeka, that we know when we see him, we know who he is. The charism, work at work. Sometimes when you transmit the charism, you don't have to even talk. The person himself speaks of it. No nobler cause than to give everything for the poor. Where's the livre rendu? Daughter of Charity, the first mentor for the Municipal Society. I never do my prayer as well as in the street. Saint Teresa de Calcutta. Lack of love is the greatest of poverty. Pope Francis, the greatest of poverty is the lack of Christ. And lastly, a Brazilian saint, Saint Dulce of the poor. My political party is the poverty, the poor. If we work on that direction, I am sure that we will reach and we will move forward. Because such a family has much to produce, it's already producing, and with our commitment, with our adhesion, commitment, we will be stronger. And before I finish, I want to show you a small video, because as the Municipal Society, we think that it was founded only by Frederick Ozanam. It was 7 founders of the Municipal Society. We have a 2-minute video so that you can know who our founders were. And for me, it was a great honor to finish off this Saturday. It was a gift that you have given me. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Sete amigos em Paris, jovens bravos destemidos, aos estudos dedicados, com Jesus comprometidos, desejosos por amar, queriam os pobres libertar. Eis que o Espírito de Deus experiência de baile e a humildade de Devon juntou aos dons de Lalier que a nossa regra consagrou. A justiça de Lamache, a santidade de Claver e o serviço caridoso de Le Tailandier. Não foi com guerra e nem rancor, mas com muita unidade. Essa luz se fez brilhar e ao mundo inteiro iluminar, e o grande sonho de Ozanam realizar. Não foi com guerra e nem rancor, mas com muita unidade, que a semente do amor contagiou a humanidade, e assim nasceu a rede de caridade, e assim surgiu a nossa sociedade, e assim nasceu a rede de caridade.
That's awesome. Thanks a lot.
Gracias.
Thanks. We need to go. Renato.